Okay, so we have started the wash party. I am good to go. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Thriving Thursdays. Today is the season premiere for season 2. I started Thriving Thursdays last year, and I went week to week giving key nuggets on everyday life, how to get through, different things that are going on in your life. And so it's been a while. The last time I was here and on the last season, I had got my spacer, so I couldn't really talk and say what I wanted to say. So I was really frustrated with what was going on. And so I went and they said that I would have to have the spacers for 6 months. I was like, 6 months? I could barely talk. I couldn't eat. It was just a big mess. But it ended up happening that I was able to get them taken off in 3 months. I was super excited when she said that they can come off early. So hopefully I can get these braces off early. But until then, I am working on this pretty smile, getting these teeth white because teeth right, and then getting them white, because teeth are definitely my pet peeve. So you can't be wrong and not like what somebody else has, and you have the exact same thing. So like I said, I wanted to welcome you. Thank you, Janori, for the shirt. Yes, shout out to Cities on My Chest for my shirt. I went and got a custom shirt. It is super hot. I got another shirt. Of course, my internet wants to act up on me as always, but I'm just gonna keep on going. I got another shirt, and so I really wanted to join my brand with this brand, and so I was really loving. I like the customer service. I like the branding, and so I just added my information onto a custom T-shirt, and so I really think that it is super hot. So thank you, Janori. I love it as well. So anyway, let me catch you up as to what has been going on. So we're going to start Thriving Thursdays again. I haven't decided on an actual time because, actually it is 8 o'clock and I was doing it at 7:30, but the way that the schedule is set up this year, it is kind of ridiculous. So I think that what I'm going to do is it's Thursday night football, and I think that I'm going to start coming on at halftime, doing a halftime break. Let's go, and you come get these key nuggets. So I think that's what I'm going to do, but I'm still kind of playing with the idea, but I needed to go ahead and come on and get started because it's been a while since I've seen y'all, and I truly miss you. So school has started. I'm sure school has started for your friends and your kids and your family members and things that you know. So to catch you up, this is senior year for Sun. He's been on a couple of game visits. He made team captain for his football team, so we're excited about that. Whoop whoop. The little princess, she's not doing dance this year. She's just going to be doing cheer. So she has cheer games on Saturdays. She's in middle school, so I have a new middle schooler and a senior. So this year has been super busy, super crazy, and super emotional. Like, what you don't think about your kids growing up when they're little. Like, I can't wait till they get bigger, and then when they get bigger, you're like, wait, slow down, don't get bigger just yet. I want to savor the time. So I am excited about that as well, that they are, doing well in school and adjusting to their new school, adjusting to senior year. Sun is actually taking some college classes as well, so he's dual enrolled. So he has to adjust to, the expectations at the college level, and then just being the princess being in middle school. So I'm excited about that. I would love to hear about some of the things that's happened over your summer while we were on break. We went to several camps, and we didn't take any vacations because we went to several camps. We were traveling around. We were pretty busy after the track season. So maybe later. So some updates. I am an uncuffed anthologist. I was checking to see if I had any notes over here. I am an uncuffed anthologist. So if you're in the area and can get to Maryland on October the 5th, I am participating in a women's colloquium. It's a conference, and I will be honored as an uncuffed anthologist. So what that means is that I collaborated with some boss ladies, and we each have a chapter. We're telling our story about the story behind the smiles. How did we get from point A to point B to point C, or basically where we are today? Because you see my smile, but you don't always know my story. Or you see somebody else's smile, or you see them, but you don't always know how they got there. And so that's kind of a bit of the topic that I want to talk about is, what would you do if it was you? We all have these things that we see somebody in their life, and we say, if it was me, this is what I would do. Or, if this happened, then this is what I would do. But a lot of times we don't know what we will do when certain situations come up. And so that's what has been going on. So I want to invite you, if you want information about pre-ordering the book right now, if you pre-order it, it's $20 with no tax and free shipping. But after the pre-order period is over with, then tax and shipping will be added on, but you can still order the book. So I encourage you to not only hear my story, but to hear these other dynamic, phenomenal woman stories, because it could touch your life and help you in different areas. And it's all about showing support, broadening our horizons, broadening our mental capacity and things that are going on, because you really don't know. Sometimes we're surface people. We just want to see what's on the outside. We just want to see what's going on. We don't really want to get to know people. And a lot of times also we think that we're the only ones going through something, but actually there are millions of people that could be going through the same thing. So either they could help you, or you were there to go through it to help them. So it's kind of like a ladder, going up a ladder, and you reaching up for somebody to reach back to help you with what you're going through. And with your other hand, you reach back to pull somebody else up to help them in what they're going through. And so I came up with the topic, and it's actually a good time because yesterday was 9/11, and a lot of people were remembering 9/11 and where they were at that time. And sometimes you think, okay, what if it was me that was in those towers? What if it was me that was in those airplanes? What if it was me that those were one of my family members? So the topic just came at the right time. And so I actually had the topic months ago when I was talking with Sun, and we were watching When They See Us. Yeah, that's the name of the title. So if you haven't seen that series on Netflix, I definitely encourage you to watch it. Watch it with your kids. It gives a different perspective. And get your tissues ready, get your emotions ready. If you're a man, and men do cry, they just cry when nobody can see them. So it's definitely a series, a 4-part series that you may not want to watch around people, because it would definitely touch your soul. I will say that. They say some people don't have souls, but this right here will definitely touch your soul, because it's heart-wrenching. And so I was watching When They See Us with Sun, and it's basically about some 14 and 15-year-olds that was accused of raping this lady in the park, and the process that they went through, and the trial, and they eventually got I can't think of the word right now, but you know what I'm saying. The charges got dropped, they got released from prison and all of that stuff, but it goes through their story. And so I was watching it with them, because sometimes we shelter our kids, sometimes we don't allow them to know what's going on. And in the world. So they go out blindsided and thinking that the world is, peachy creamy and everybody is their friend. And we do want the world to be like that, but realistically, it isn't that way. So I wanted to have this discussion with him and just have open discussions with him, because he is about to be 18. He's about to go into the world, go off to college, to who knows where that he's going to go. But says that, of course, I'm interrupted again, but I'm going to keep on going because it's going to come back up soon. And so we watched this show, and so what he asked me when we were watching this is, what would I do if it was him? And my heart dropped, because I had no idea what I would do if he was in that situation. I felt the grief and the heaviness and the burdens that the parents had. I didn't only feel it for the kids that was involved, but the parents that they didn't know their rights. They didn't know what they were able to do. It was so much in it, and so I really didn't know what to tell him at that point. What would I do if I was in that situation? And so I started doing some research, and, I started telling him, because there was different situations, you put your hands on the steering wheel, or you do this, or you ask for, you get a phone call for your parents. But the one thing that they don't say in the beginning is you don't get the phone call till later to your parents. The two things that they say that you have is the right to remain silent, and the right to call an attorney. And then later they will allow you to call your parents. And if you're underage, then it should be within a certain time period, but you're still sitting there. You're scared. You don't know what to do, and all of these things. And so we were talking, and I was like, okay, you want to make sure that you're respectable. You want to make sure that that you answer their questions, but don't get, I guess, bamboozled is a word. Don't get convinced, or don't just be in a rush to just say stuff because you're not there. But you want to know what your rights are. You want to know what's going on. So, I had an opportunity that came along that allowed me to have a peace of mind in situations like that. So now when Son goes out and he's out with his friends, or y'all pray for me. He is starting to drive. He still, I think he was driving the last season, but I've worked up the energy and worked up the confidence enough to take him out myself. So, we go driving, but he still hasn't got to the point where he has his license and he can drive himself. Perfectly by December, he will have it, and then, he'll be good to go, driving himself to college and school and all of these things. And so me as a parent, and other parents have gone through the same thing of worrying about their kids and what's going on. And so I took on I had an opportunity that came along that I heard about years ago, that gave me a peace of mind, that gave him access to an attorney at any time. So this isn't necessarily because my child is a bad child and he gets into mischief or anything like that. I am definitely blessed to have good kids that care about themselves, care about their family, care about their friends, their community, and are trying to do good things. I tried to model that for my kids, and they've just taken after it. And so I've showed him what to do. If you're in these situations, you want to immediately call your attorney, because now you have access to an attorney at any time, and then you can call me. But there's a difference in the way that you are treated when you have access to an attorney versus you're just going in there and kind of giving what they gave. So I was able to finally answer the question that he gave. What would you do if you were in that situation? What would I do is I went technically all the way go through, because in the beginning my lawyer will be there, or our lawyer as a family will be there. and you can talk to them, and they at the time that you get stopped or at the time that you get questioned, you can talk to them and say, I need you to walk me through what is going on. So you're just not sitting there. They're not asking you questions that they shouldn't be asking you. They're not holding you for hours and wearing you down until I can get there. They're not doing all of these things. Now, can it happen? Yes, it can happen, but at least you have that protection there. So I ask you questions as well as you're going through and you're thinking about, what would I do if I was in that situation? If you were in different situations, whether it's, a job situation or a relationship situation that you hear a family member or a friend or anything like that going through, what would you do if you were in that situation? Because we're always in conversation with people, and they're always telling us what's going on in our life, in their lives, and in our head, we're like, if it was me, then this is what I would do. But is that really what you would do? Or is that what you're saying that you would do because it's in the moment, or it sounds good? But when it comes down to it, a lot of times, like I said before, we do something totally different unless we have something in concrete, unless it's our faith. You believe in a certain faith, and it's your faith that allows you to say, this is what I will do, or this is what I won't do, or things like that. So as we get ready to close out today for our season premiere, I wanted to thank you for joining me as I give a few nuggets and think about different situations. And sometimes we say stuff in kind of in a judgmental way, or I would do this if this was the situation. But I really want you to think about some things in your life that have happened, and now you look back and said, I actually would have done it differently, because now looking back, hindsight is 2020. When you're in the situation, you don't always feel that way. So I want you to start thinking these things, and different things that have happened in your life, and different things that that have happened to friends, family, that you've seen on TV, the news, any of those things, and find out what you would do now, and really think about it. Not just quick answers, but really take some thought. So if you are in that situation again, or in a situation that is familiar to you from somebody else, you can respond in the proper way without having the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or the hindsight is 2020 kind of thing. It'll be the same thing then as it is now. So it's basically about preparation, knowledge, giving yourself knowledge, and not allowing so many things to be a surprise, where you're reacting out of surprise versus acting out of preparation. And so that's what, and Janora, you're welcome for the discussion. Is something that's been on me, but I wanted to come on here really quick as I am doing the season premiere of season 2. Anybody knows me knows that this is a big deal, because I am coming out of my comfort zone. I want to talk to you more, and so we're going to have different lessons and different topics and things like that I will go over. Feel free to shoot me any emails, shoot me any questions that you might have, any discussions that you might want to go over. Don't forget that you can hit the thumbs up, the hearts of anything that you like, the laughter, because sometimes I laugh at myself. I can say some crazy things and I just laugh at myself. Life is not fun if you can't laugh at yourself. There's enough people laughing at you. You should be able to laugh at yourself and just go out and enjoy life and have your best life. So we'll do things like that. You're welcome to, it's interactive, so you're welcome to leave comments as I talk. If you're watching the rebroadcast, then I will go back and watch the comments. I'll go back and read the comments and engage with you. So with that, yes, I know the game has started, and I'm going to give my prediction. I want the Panthers to win tonight. Deshaun Jackson is no longer on Tampa Bay, so I don't have to root for them anymore, because we all know that's one of my favorite wide receivers. Now I have different players on different teams, but I'm putting it out there now because the season begins and I always have to put it out there that I have 3 teams. There's no questions. Why do you need 3 teams? I have 3 teams. The Eagles, the Steelers, and the Saints are my 3 teams. Okay, so I am going to root for the Panthers tonight. I am a football diva fanatic. I love football. I will watch it Thursday through Monday. I wish it was on Tuesday and Wednesday as well, but it's not. So Thursday through Monday, you'll find me watching football. And in this, I normally start out with my football predictions for the week and what happened the last week. So I'm super proud of my Eagles this past week. They scared me in the beginning, but they pulled it together, and Deshaun showed up and showed out. He should have never been traded. He should have stayed at the Eagles, because this is the Deshaun Jackson that I'm used to seeing. Not the one that was playing at the Redskins, not the one that was playing at Tampa Bay, but Philly is his home, and that's where he shows up and shows out. So with that, I want you to go out and be great. Thrive in your everyday life. And what does thrive stand for? Trust the process. Highlight all wins. Receive guidance. Invest in yourself, vacate negativity, and evaluate your goals. So in everything that you do, we want you to thrive, and we come on here to give you the key nuggets on how to thrive. With that being said, I am out of here, my good friends. Thank you for joining. Come back next week as I will have another series on key nuggets in your everyday life. Love you guys. Have a good week.